You have people of good intent really trying to build a civilised country. Those who are terrified and perhaps acting irrationally, and those who are just plain bad. And frankly, the Myall Creek murderers fall into that latter category. No doubt about it. You have a bunch of men who are taken to Sydney and put on trial. The jury acquits them horrendously. One of them says, "I will never see a white man hang for killing a black man."
That's right, yeah.
But we have a very brave, we'd call him Attorney General now, a man called John Plunkett, who's a Catholic guy. He's come out here because under the rules that applied in Britain, he couldn't go any further in his career, but he could out here. And he's a very courageous and an incredibly humanitarian man, and he forces a retrial.
Yes.
What happens?
Well, the first trial, the perpetrators were acquitted within 20 minutes of the jury deliberating. And as you say, John Hubert Plunkett was outraged, as was the governor at the time, Governor Gipps. And so he saw to it that there was a retrial. And the newspapers were totally against a retrial. They were very much of the opinion that no white person should be hanged for killing a black person. But the retrial took place, and the upshot of it was that it was about 8 or 9 of the original perpetrators, I can't remember off the top of my head, were found guilty, and around 7 or 8 of them were hanged. And one who wasn't hanged eventually later on took his own life. And those who knew him said that he was forever plagued by the dark deed that he had done. And so that was an instance in which, of course, for a deed like that, there is no full justice this side of heaven. But the best justice that could be offered at the time to a subject of the crown was offered to those victims. And that, in many ways, was a sort of turning point in Australian history, where people were held to account for an atrociously cruel act to completely vulnerable people.
The promised British justice,
yeah,
rough and ready and a bit delayed, but it did finally arrive.
Finally, yeah.